Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to another day of kindergarten. I am here ready to go, and I hope you had a good rest and you're having a great day. And so let's go ahead and get started. Mrs. R is going to share my screen with you, and you're going to need your kindergarten binder. So if you don't have that, go ahead and get that now. Okay, so the first thing we always do is we get our binder out, and you're going to need your dry erase marker and an eraser. So let's go ahead and start off by warming up by writing our name. And you guys by now know exactly how to do this. So let's go ahead and get started. Warm up by writing my name 4 times in my notebook. I bet a lot of you are getting really good at writing your name, huh? Using the top, middle, bottom lines, and your handwriting is probably getting really neat. So I can't wait to see that. Okay, so this is almost done. Right. So I have written my name 4 times. So if you are not done, go ahead and pause, and then you can catch up. And then you are all done. So I'm going to go ahead and erase my page, just like that. And then I'm going to turn to the letter of the week, which is the letter O. Letter O. So go ahead and turn to the page. It's under, I'll show you the page, sorry guys. I know my alphabet, okay, and it should be in your notebook. If it's not, then ask your mom or dad if they can get this page for you. So we're going to start off by tracing our letter O. Now remember, at any time during the video, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause it and then you can push play again when you're ready, okay? So you never need to worry about Mrs. R going too fast or getting ahead of you. You can always stop it, okay? All right, so the letter O looks like the number 0, except it's more round, right? So we're going to start at the top, and we're just going to make a circle, just like that. It's going to touch the top, middle, and bottom line. That's the important part. Okay. Make it as round as you can. It needs to start at the top and touch that bottom line and come back up. Okay. So the O's are pretty easy. Just a great big curve, isn't it? It's kind of like a circle. All right. Now I'm going to roll out my Play-Doh to do my letter O. Just roll out safe like we always do. Right. So you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm rolling out safe. Okay. So we need to make it a little big, probably not quite big enough. Okay. So I'm just going to come up here just like that on top of the yellow. So there is my letter O. I'm going to go ahead and trace it starting at the top and go all the way around, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and erase my board on my page. I guess it's not really a board. And then I'm going to turn to the back side. This lowercase o. Exactly the same, except the lowercase o starts at the middle. Okay. So we start at the middle line, go around and touch the bottom. It's just the same letter, smaller size. So start at the middle and touch the bottom. Start at the middle and touch the bottom. Same thing. Now we're not going to start here at the top. This just tells us where on the line where we should spread them out. So touch the middle line and touch the bottom. Middle to bottom, middle to bottom, middle to bottom. Just like that. And then I'm going to make a smaller snake this time because this O is lowercase o, so it doesn't need as much of it. Same size as the big snake before. So, okay. There we go. And so I'm going to trace it. And then use this. Okay. And then we are going to go on to our letter search page, which is the section right after. We're going to find Okay, so here is the letter O in my notebook, and then so letter O. So this one's an easy one to find, isn't it? It's just anything that's circular like that. So I'm going to go through and take a look. In my brain. So I found 8. So you're looking for 8 letter O's, and that's not counting this one. I'm just counting the ones outside the box. So you need to find 8 of the capital letter O's. Okay, and when you're done with that, as like always, clean up our board. And then we're going to go to the next section, which is our word of the day. Okay, so our word of today is word we. So we have a new sight word this week, don't we? It's the word we. W-E spells we. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to review some of our old sight words. And let's see if you guys know them. Okay. These are all the sight words we've learned so far. Okay, now I'm going to have them out of order, so because I want you guys to learn these, and you have to kind of know them by sight, so I'm not going to put them in the order we've learned them. I'm going to mix them up a little bit. Okay, so here we go. And if you know it, then go ahead and say it. What's that? Like. What word is that? The. This one. See. Can. My. I. At. Sorry, I'm froggy my throat. A. And. We. Our new one for this week. We. Okay. All right, so we're going to be working with we today. So if you don't have this, your sight work card ready to go, you need to go ahead and have your parents find it. Now yours is probably white. I don't think, it may or may not be green like Mrs. R's. It might be. So go ahead and find this word we. And if you don't have it out, go ahead and pause your video and ask someone to help you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that word right here. And our word of the day is thoughts. Let's go ahead and read it again. We. We spell we. W-E spells we. Now, we're going to rainbow write, which means you need to get some colors out from your dry erase. I picked 2 fall colors, red and orange. So I'm going to go ahead and write it in the box. W. Put it back on the marker. I always put the lid on the back of my marker so I don't lose it. W-E spells we. Now I'm going to build it with my Play-Doh. So you know what that means. Time to make some snakes. Okay. Time to make some snakes. So you noticed, just listening, Mrs. R made my W rounded because sometimes people, depending on how you write it, sometimes they'll write it with straight lines or they'll write it with curved lines. So you're going to see it both ways. So I wanted to show you that today. Sometimes people will make their W's with curved line instead of a straight line. So you need to be able to recognize it, whether it's straight, made with straight lines, or curved lines. So sometimes people will write letters in different ways, and we have to get our eyes used to seeing them looking a little bit different. Okay, now for the lowercase e. It's like a C. You guys remember doing this letter. It's like a C with a curve. It's like the letter C with a curve. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trace it. Down, up, and then curve around to the bottom for B. All right. So if you don't have this part done, again, push pause until you get all caught up with Mrs. R. Okay. So I'm going to put that away. I'm going to erase this. And then we're going to go to our next section, which is the high frequency word list. So go ahead and pull that out. I'll turn to that page. And then I'm going to skip all these because this is where we do the words we know. This is where we put the words that we're still working on. And this is the page we need. So take my card, put it up there, and I'm going to say it, we, and I'm also going to spell it. W-E spells we. Now, I need my dry erase, and I'm going to write it. I'm going to write it twice. So I'm going to write it with the straight lines, like this, and finger space, because I remember between words we put finger spaces, and then I'm also going to write it this way so you can see it both ways. So these both say we, but the W's are written a little bit differently. Okay. So let me go ahead, and if you're not ready, go ahead and pause. Go ahead and erase that, and then turn to the next page. Now this is the part where you're going to need your magnetic letters. So let's go ahead and say it, we, and let's go ahead and touch it and spell it. W-E spells we. Now this is where you would build it with your magnetic letters. So you're going to have to get your letters out for this part. So if you don't have them ready to go, then go ahead and push pause, and then you can pull your letters out and you're going to put the book. Okay? And then the last time we'll do it, we're going to say it, we, and then touch it and spell it. W-E spells we. And we're going to build it one last time with Play-Doh. Okay. So let's build our snakes. You know what I should do is I should not put my snakes away when I do the notebook. I should just keep my snakes out and then just reuse them, right? Yeah. That's what I'll do next time. Okay, so let's start. We have lots of snakes for this word. There's lots of lines. And then oops, just like that. So let's go ahead and trace it with our fingers. Down, up, and curve around with an E, just like that. Okay. If you're not quite done, go ahead and push pause. All right, so let's go ahead and close this notebook. We're all done with this for right now. And I'm going to close up my Play-Doh and make sure my marker lids are on nice and tight because I won't need those for this next part. Okay. I'll put my notebook away, and let's go ahead and take a look at this week's letter. Okay. So again, we talked about the letter O, and O says ah, 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 ah. O says ah as in octopus, but there are lots of words that have the ah sound, like omelet. I don't know if you've ever had an omelet before. It's when you crack eggs and whisk them up, and then you put them in a pan and you cook just the eggs, and you don't touch them, and you put things inside of cheese and meat, and then fold it over. It kind of looks like a giant egg taco. Office. Octagon. Oct means 8. So an octagon has 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's why they call an octopus, because they have 8 arms. Oct means 8. So oct. Ox, which is a really strong type of, it almost reminds me of a cow, and they use them for farming in lots of countries in the world. Let's see. Ostrich. And we've got olive. How many of you like olives? I love olives. I like black olives. I don't like green olives. We like olives like on our Mexican food. We like olives on pizza. Here's an otter, and those are so fun to watch. They have those at the Oregon Zoo. Otters, they're so fun. They play, and they're just kind of crazy, but they always seem like they're enjoying life. And an ottoman, which is a footrest. Okay. So those are some things that have that ox sound in them. All right, so the next thing you need to do is to go ahead and get out your listening and writing book. Looks like this. So if you don't have that nearby, go ahead and push pause and then go ahead and grab that. And we're going to go to page 14. 14 is a 1 and a 4. Okay, so the page 14 looks just like this. So you can see it. Yeah, that's the page we're on. All right, so let's take a look here. We have some sentences to read. You can see here's the first one. So this is an ostrich. On, see the light switch, usually when you flip it up, it goes to on. What is the bottom called? If this is on, when it goes up, if you push it down, it means off, right? Octopus, up, and then there you go, off. So those are all things that start with the O, the off sound. So let's read this first sentence, and then the picture tells us what we're supposed to say here at the end. Okay, ready? Put your pointer finger ready, point to the word. I want everyone pointing. Ready? Let's go read it together. Ready? Go. O is for ostrich. And then there's that period. It tells the reader to stop. Let's put in this word on. Ready? O is for on. This is our next one. O is for octopus. Do you remember why they call it octopus? What does that mean, oct? Do you remember Mrs. R just talked about it? Oct means 8, so they have 8 arms. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like an octagon has 8 sides. Okay, so we're going to go to off now. O is for off. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get our colors out and decide what colors we want to use for this. So let's take a look here. I think I'm going to use, since I think I'm going to use this interesting teal. Okay, so I'm going to color my O. Of course, I'm going to do my best work, right? We always want to do our best. Scribbling, even though I know coloring's not like a favorite thing for all of you, I understand that. And I know some of you don't like to color, but here's the thing. This is your work for right now, okay? And whenever we do work, we always want to try our best. Even if we don't like something, sometimes we need to do it because it's good for us. Okay? So part of being a really good student is trying your best at whatever you do. Just do your best. Okay, it's ostrich. So I think, let's see. Probably not the right color, but I don't have a picture of an ostrich right in front of me. So I'm just going to do my best. I think I'll leave those tail feathers just the way they are. And then I think I'll color the light switch. A lot of houses are white or beige, which is kind of a cool color. But look fun. And to make it more interesting, I'm going to color blue. It's okay, right? It could be blue light switches. I'm going to change the color just like the paint on your wall. Okay, octopus. Let's see. Octopus come in all different colors. They're pretty cool. Some are super small. And then there's like the giant Pacific octopus, which is huge. But octopus are pretty smart too. Did you know that? They can reason and problem solve. And they use tools and things too to help them catch food or to eat. Pretty amazing creatures. They are very smart. My husband and I watched a video, a movie, I guess. It was about, it's called My Pet Octopus, or My Teacher Octopus, or My Octopus Teacher. I can't remember. Maybe it was My Octopus Teacher. And it was about this man who used to go diving, and I think he lived in South Africa. So anyway, he would go diving every day, and he found one day this octopus, and they became friends, which is the strangest thing. So like every time he would come, after a while, the octopus would come out and greet him, and sometimes it would come up to him and it would just hold onto his hand, or it would sit on his chest when he was underwater. And after a while, it recognized him, and yeah, it was almost like they were friends. It was the coolest. It was the coolest movie. I think it's called My Teacher Octopus, or My Octopus Teacher. It was really, really neat. Anyway, okay, so there are my light switches, and then you're going to need to get your pencil because we're going to practice writing our O's. Okay, so go ahead and grab that if you don't have your pencil ready. Speaking of, I'm ready with mom. For a second ago. Oh, it fell on the floor. That would make sense why I didn't see it. Okay. So let's go back up here and let's get down to business and check out how we do these R's. So they want us to start the dot, which is the top, like we did in our notebook, right? So start at the top and go around. Start at the top, go around and make sure you touch the bottom. That bottom line, you've got to touch it, and you come back up and touch the top. Okay? Really important that we form our letters correctly. We get into some bad habits and we try to do things in a hurry. We want to have nice handwriting so people can read what we're thinking and we can share our thoughts with others. All right, so you see this dotted line that goes across. The lowercase o starts at the dotted line and touches the bottom line. Same shape, it's just smaller, that's all. It has to touch the middle and the bottom line. Okay, so this is where I don't want you to hurry. I want you to do it nice and neat. Uh-oh, see, I got in a hurry and I got off the line. I need to slow down. Okay, so that makes sense? So if you're not done with your O's, I want you to push pause and finish this, okay? So we are all done with this part. Let's go ahead and put our book away. We're all finished with that. Let's go ahead and get our October writing journal out. Okay, so I wrote bats, fire truck, spider. Spiders are not Mrs. R's friends. I mean, I know they serve a purpose, and I know they eat insects and mosquitoes and all those things, which are really good, and they eat bad bugs. But something about spiders kind of creeps me out. But I know that they're a good bug, and I know that they do great things, and I know they're really good for our environment. So Mrs. R understands that. So I try to remind myself that. Okay, so it says a spider can, and down here is a picture of a spider, a web, a fly, bite. Yeah, that's why I don't like spiders, and hide. Another reason. A spider can, I would say, make a web. They make the most beautiful webs. And so like some days when it's dewy outside and there's a lot of moisture in the air, if you go out in the morning and you look at the spider webs, they glisten in the sunlight and they're so pretty. It's just really incredible that a little tiny insect, well, actually they're not an insect, an arachnid, they're an arachnid, can make something so amazing. Okay, so I'm going to start off by drawing a web. So I'm going to go up here, and this is one way you can draw a web is you start by drawing X, just like that, and then you draw a line through the middle, and then through the middle again. Okay. So then you just start on the out, or you can start on the inside too, and you make loops. And they kind of bend in the middle. Okay. And then you just go out and you do it again. Like this. Oops. You just bend them like this. And then you just keep going. You just keep going. Like that. Of course, webs have to be on, they have to connect to something. Usually you're seeing in trees or sometimes on a window. Different places. I'm going to make my little spider. Woo! I'm going to make a spider like this. There's my funny spider. It's a girl spider, so I'm going to do it away. All right. So let's see. I guess I can color in my picture. Maybe. I'm going to color my spider. Spiders come in all colors, guys, so you can make your spider whatever color you want, but I think I'm going to make my spider orange. I'm going to go with fall idea and then make her bow purple. Close. Orange for fall, for Halloween, right? And then I'm going to trace my web with a black to give it some a little bit more color. So all I'm doing is tracing my lines. Like that. I'm just tracing all the lines that I see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. So now I'm going to do the writing because we always do the picture part, right? I'm going to do that first. So a spider can. So I was going to say a spider can make a web. So first things first, I'm going to capitalize the first letter and I'm going to trace it. A. So you have the finger space here. Spider. Space can make. A has a silent make. Oh, I don't have enough room, so I need to go to the next line. Make lowercase a web. Oh, guess what? The word's right here. Web. So I can just copy it. W and all lowercase e. Now, what do we need at the end of our sentence when we're all done? Remember that in our other workbook that we wrote, and we were reading the sentences, and there was something at the end of the sentence that tells the reader to stop. It's called a period. So we do that. Okay, so let's read what we have. Help me read this. Let's read it with me. When you get your pointer finger ready, you can even point on the screen of your Chromebook if you want. Okay, here we go. A spider can make a what? Web, right? That wasn't too hard. All right, let's go ahead and do our checklist. Now, if you aren't done with your writing, go ahead and push pause until you get finished, and then you can come back and do the checklist with us, okay? All right, so this says, I can use a capital letter. So we used a capital letter at the beginning, check. Use finger spaces between our words, check. Sounded out words, we sure did. Did we use punctuation? Right there, that's period, we did. And we drew a picture, of course. All right, we did a good job today, didn't we? All right, so let's go ahead and close our notebook. And if you're not done, go ahead and push pause and you can finish up. Okay. So we're all done with that. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, boys and girls, well, it was fun this morning. being with you guys and working on our letters and our sight words. So I hope that all of you are having a great day. And I miss seeing you, and I'm sorry I couldn't be at the pumpkin patch with you. I had to go to the doctor with my husband this morning. So anyway, I miss you so much, and I hope you guys are going to do amazing things today and learn lots. So I will look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye, everybody.